It started the second week after Maya moved in. At first, it was normal, quiet girl, polite, always carried that small silver cross around her neck. But then, around 3 a.m., I began hearing whispering from her room. It wasn't talking. It was praying. Rapid, breathless, desperate prayers, words I couldn't understand. One night I knocked. She froze mid-sentence, then said through the door, "He listens when I stop." After that, the house felt wrong. Lights flickered. My phone alarmed itself at 3 o'clock sharp every night. Never 2:59, never 3:01. When I finally gathered courage to open her door, she was kneeling facing the corner, head tilted back, whispering faster. Her cross was on the floor, twisted like melted. She turned slowly, her eyes completely white. "You shouldn't have listened," she said, but her mouth didn't move. I ran. When I came back with help, the room was empty. Only the cross remained, cold to the touch. 2 days later, the landlord told me Maya had lived there 5 years ago. She died during an exorcism, right in that room. My sister gave birth last winter. She lived alone with her baby, but every night she called me on FaceTime, just to have company while the baby slept. One night she froze mid-sentence. "Do you hear that?" Through the monitor, a man's voice whispered, "Don't leave her alone again." We tore the nursery apart. No device, no interference, nothing. But the next night it spoke again. This time it said my sister's name. When she moved the camera toward the crib, the baby wasn't there. Instead, a shadow leaned over the empty mattress, long arms still as death. Then the baby cried from the living room. She ran, phone shaking in her hand. The baby sat on the floor, unharmed, staring toward the dark hallway, eyes following something invisible. The next morning she found an old photo under the crib. A man in priest robes. Same face we'd seen in the camera reflection. That house, it turned out, had once been a parish orphanage, closed after an exorcism gone wrong. My father was a pastor in a small town in Kentucky. We didn't believe in demons, until the day my sister Emily stopped recognizing her own face. It began with mirrors. She'd stare too long, smiling at herself. Then she'd whisper, "He says I look better this way." One night, I caught her drawing circles with ash on her bedroom walls, muttering prayers backward. When Dad tried to stop her, she looked straight at him and said, "You made a deal you don't remember." He fainted on the spot. The next morning, every Bible in the house had its pages ripped, except one verse left intact. Luke 8 verse 30, "My name is Legion." Emily disappeared that night. 3 days later, we found her Bible under Dad's pillow, her handwriting inside. "I didn't let him out, but I think you did." Dad quit the church the same day. I'm a licensed psychologist. I used to think possession was just psychosis, until I met patient 47. She said something was inside her, feeding on guilt. Her eyes darted to the ceiling as if listening to a voice only she could hear. During our 5th session I tried hypnosis. That's when the voice answered back. It came from her throat, but deeper, doubled, vibrating the air. "She's mine. You're just next." I froze. The lights dimmed, no power cut, just darkness. Then her body twisted backward, joints cracking like dry wood. I pulled the emergency alarm. When the staff came in, she was calm again, smiling. Only her eyes bled. The recording from that session was corrupted. Static, except one whisper before it ends. Therapists make easy doors. I quit practicing that night. But sometimes when I close my eyes, I still hear her voice, from inside my thoughts.